think what I get from fishing is, I think it's just more the patience. I think, especially with my story and my netball journey, having to be patient and resilience, just getting out on the water. I find it very therapeutic. I think the best part is when you wake up at like a 4 a.m. start, you get out on the boat and the sun starts to rise. It's just like the best time of the day. And you're sitting there just thinking that like, this is just the coolest thing. I don't want to be anywhere else but where I am at the time, and it makes you be really present and in the moment. When I first met Max, he was like, Sharni, I love fishing. I was like, oh yeah, cool. Like I've been fishing probably once when I was about, I reckon I was about 8, my uncle used to love it. So I think I went out then and that was like my first ever time when I was a child. But yeah, I think like 2 years ago when I first met Max, he took me out on his boat and yeah, I think I like kind of just like fell in love with it since. So it's like, yeah, it's been a wild time. Never thought I would be someone to be like loving fishing, but here we are. It's a little snapper. So we're in Sydney Harbour. We're looking for some snapper, flathead. Do love a bit of kingfish as well. Make some sashimi. Let's have a look.
Oh,
it's a brim. A little one, another little one.
It's a little bit small, so we better go for an upgrade, eh?
In fishing, you have to be patient because I feel like there's days where you don't get anything at all and you're just waiting for a fish, and you'll be out there for like 6 hours, like, oh, this is a big one.
Oh yeah, one. Yeah! Okay,
here we go.
Okay, walk forward,
yep.
And wind. Beautiful technique. Oh, look at this.
This is why I love fishing. This is why I love fishing. It's just like the challenge, and it's just like you don't expect it.
That's it. Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, this one is like.
All the way
Oh,
all the way down.
This is so funny. Oh, this is so good. I'm getting there.
Yep.
Oh my god. How good's that?
Yeah! Get the dog!
Oh,
Benito!
holy moly! Oh my god, how's that? Oh, this is why we fish. It's so good. It's such a challenge. My arm's sore now, guys. How good is that?
Good job.
Stop it! I'm gonna send it to Max. I think for Max, he's over the moon. I don't think he shows it as much, but I know that he loves that I'm keen to get out there, and I give it my best and I give it a go, and he'll be so jealous right now knowing that I'm doing this. So actually, let's give him a call, I reckon. Hopefully you can hear. Hello?
Hey,
Look where I am.
yeah, what's that?
It's been so fun. You'll be so jealous.
What have you been catching?
Is it a bonito?
Big Benito.
A big bonito, I caught.
Bonito.
Yeah, I caught like a little baby snapper. There was a tailor as well that we love. What are you doing? Having a coffee. You know, you could be here, but...
We've got to work. Someone's got to back on the money so you can go fishing.
That sounds about right.
I've obviously created a bit of a monster in Sharni. I've turned her into this little fishing machine that loves getting out on the water and fishing with me. It's great to have that my partner be able to share a hobby that I'm so passionate about and I see as an escape from the day-to-day grind, and especially for her with her career and how intense it can be. Having that release and escape for us both is so nice, and I'm really lucky to have a partner like Sharni that fishes and is as passionate, if not more than me, with it. You can see how much she froths catching a fish. She goes nuts.
Hi.
We essentially just two peas in a pod and did everything together. We love just spending time together, weekends together. And now, obviously, the last couple of months, she's moved up there, and it's been such a big adjustment for not just me, but for her as well, obviously.
So I am a Melbourne girl through and through. Got my family, my friends, all living down there. And what I love about Melbourne is going to the beach, Pilates. I love the food, the restaurants, being able to, you know, catch up with friends, catch up with Max, and yeah, obviously my family as well, and going out for dinner with them. So I think, yeah, that's probably why I love Melbourne, and yeah, always will be a Melbourne girlie. When I got the contract to come here, I was a bit nervous. I've never obviously moved from Melbourne, and a bit nervous, a bit scared, I had doubts, but once I moved here, I actually fell in love with it straight away. I think being with such a good group of girls like the Swifts, they've really made me feel really settled, and I've really found my feet. What I like, I think the beaches are so much better here than Melbourne. I love the cafes as well. I think they've got really good matchas here. I'm a matcha fan. And what I don't like is probably the Sydney traffic and the roads. I thought Melbourne was quite bad for traffic, but since I moved here, I was like, nah, this is way worse. So that's probably the only thing I don't like about it.
Grew up in Cranbourne. I've got 3 brothers, 2 older, 1 younger, very sporty. Mum and dad always played sport, so I think our life revolved around sport. I started playing when I was 8, just grew up playing local down in Cranbourne, and I just loved the game as a young kid. I think I loved being competitive and loved making friends, and I'm still friends with those girls that I first started playing netball with. And then, yeah, I think the older I got, the more I started to love it, and I wanted to go all the way and see how far I could go. I think my journey before here was lots of highs, lots of lows. And I think everyone has a different story. And yeah, I feel like my story was I had to be patient. I had to keep working hard and all about opportunity. I got my first training partner contract when I was 18, and that was at Collingwood, because I've been a training partner for the last 8 years. I think, yeah, there was definitely frustration. There was definitely times where I'd break down crying and frustration. There was definitely times I wanted to give up. Last year, I got to the point where I was just plateauing, and I had to make that change. Lots of things going through my head, like give up, find something else, but I just said to myself, it's not on my path right now. I said I just had to take a different path and hopefully jump back on that path when the time comes. So yeah, I took maybe a year off, and Vixens wanted me to be a training partner again, and I just said no. I think I just want to find myself outside of netball and see what I can do outside of netball. So that's what I did, went into full-time work as a teacher's aide. Initially at the start I was like, yeah, maybe a bit bitter, but then I was just like, you know what, that's a part of sport. You can't, like, it may be easy for some people it isn't, and I think that's where I just got over it quickly. I was like, you know what, it's not my time. And then a few months later, that's where I was actually at work, teaching at the school, and I got a text from my play manager saying, how tall are you? And I was like, random. So I was like, 178. She goes, let's round it to 180. I was like, sure. I was like, why are you asking? And anyway, she's like, Swifts have reached out. And I just remember throwing my phone and be like, no way, this cannot be real. Obviously I wasn't expecting anything. Bryony wanted to catch up with me over Zoom the next day and pretty much offered me the contract there and then. And I literally, as soon as I got off that call, I was in tears, happy tears, mixed emotions. The opportunity that I had with Vixens, I had been seen. And yeah, Bryony said when she saw me play against them last year, she goes, yeah, you're just what we wanted, and yeah, we want to take you on board. And I had to keep pinching myself because I was like, this isn't real. But yeah, I felt like after those 8 years of working hard, it has happened for me. And lots of emotions, there's lots of rides, and my family and friends have been with me along that whole journey.
I think picking Sharni wasn't a masterstroke. I just think she's a talent that's unutilised, and knowing that she was sitting in a training partner position, and she's just an awesome athlete and such a competitor. She'd played against us the year before. She actually had a game against us, against Paige, and she's the ultimate athlete. She's fast, she's strong, she's competitive, and that's exactly what we needed in that position at the Swift. So, just reaching out to her and her saying yes and taking the challenge is probably, a bigger piece of the picture.
As soon as I signed that contract, I was like, I'm going to be away from my family. I'm going to be away from Max. I'm going to be away from my friends, like my whole support network. I just knew that it was going to be hard, and obviously it was going to be a bit scary moving here, knowing I didn't have those people in this state.
It's been really hard, and we're still working through it all, and I obviously miss her every day. It feels like a part of you's missing. As hard as it is, I know the short-term pain's just so worth the long-term picture for her, and seeing her resolve and her determination over the last couple of years culminate in playing for the Swifts and having a full-time contract and kind of owning it and going out there each week. And as hard as that distance is, her playing the way she is and carrying herself the way she is, it's worth every cent.
Till this day, like, I still have days where I miss them so much, miss them so dearly, and it was so scary for me. But I think the Swifts girls that I'm with now feel like home away from home for me. It'll be pretty cool to say that this is my first year contracted as a player, and to win a premiership my first year, I'll be so stoked. But yeah, Diamonds is obviously a future goal. Would love to be there, and this being my first year, I think I just want to take each step as it comes. So heading to Melbourne, back to my hometown, playing against the Melbourne Vixens. Lots of emotions. I think it's always going to be a big game for me, like playing against my old team and a team that I have so much respect for. Love those girls, have built really good relationships with them, and being there in that Melbourne home crowd will be super special too. And knowing that my family and friends and Max will be there in the crowd will make it extra special too. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I think as soon as I got off that plane, it felt nice to be back where I've grown up, and it did feel a bit weird knowing that I'm the away team, going and staying at a hotel when I'm actually back home. So it's so odd, but no, I'm super excited to see my family in the crowd, and yeah, I think it's a very special moment, and yeah, I think it'll be such a good game today, and yeah, I can't wait to get out there. Bri, she's just an absolute legend. I think because she's a mum, so she understands like how we're feeling, and I think she just wants the best for us, and I think she's always like, she's a friend, but then she's also a coach. So I think she's really made that culture there amazing. Like, I think that's why that club is so successful, and yeah, the environment's just the one that you want to be in. Playing Melbourne Vixens today at John Cain Arena, 2 p.m. Yeah, it's probably going to be a big game, to be honest. I think Vixens are starting to get a little bit more in form, I think. They've won the last few games, and I think their tails are up a bit. So I think this will be a big game for us, because coming off from a loss last week, well, our first loss for the season. So I think that has given us a bit of fire in the belly. I think personally for me, because this is like my old team, I think this game will always mean a lot to me, and I think I'll always amp this up, and I think every time they play against each other, it's always going to be really going at it.
We're in Melbourne, where the Melbourne Vixens have found some form. They face a wounded New South Wales Swifts, fresh off their first loss. As both teams make their final preparations, this traditional rivalry always delivers. A hard-fought, brutal battle. The Swifts already one hand on the trophy.
It's been a great week of training, actually. I think you learn a lot more from those losses than you do with a continuous win. So we've gone back and had a really good look at ourselves and accountability out there and keeping possession, and yeah, hopefully we can get the job done today.
It's sad. Feels sad.
Break it up here. Break it up here.
Playing the Vixens we actually love it. We actually think they're very similar to us. They play a similar style of possession game netball, so just keeping possession of that ball, and they've just got stars all the way down court. So today we know that we've got to be on our game. We've been off the last few weeks, so getting back to our game plan and playing against them, yeah, you've got to be on your mark.
Nice! Good job, girls, let's go!
I think Sharni needs to back herself. I think she's fantastic at that one-on-one grind defence, and that's what we need today. We need to see her just being that pest in wing defence and having big hands over and forcing that ball to go long so Sarah and Turner can have a crack at the back. So just being her, being brave and having a go.
I want this game to be about connection for us, using our strengths as individuals and as a collective unit. We know what they play a very similar game to us. We've spoken about this 1,000 times. You need to back yourselves today. Like, truly believe that we're in a position where we are right now because you've worked hard. You've deserved to do your best. I think we've had a really good, solid training week that everyone should be really clear about where their roles and responsibilities are. But I want to see some actual passion for the red dress. I want to see real passion that we are playing for each other, that we are going to dominate. We are going to be standing next to them. We're not their mate today. They're fighting to get into that top 4 and stay there, right? We're fighting to stay at the top, which we're so capable of, right? But it comes down to, it's not just good enough to put on the red dress and go, I've got my position today. You have to do your job today. We're not turning 1 loss into 2. Not happening today. Loose ball, I want to see red. Someone's hanging out court, I want to see red. We're on a rebound, we turn and block. I want to see the red hands going up. All those small moments, we're going to win today. Let's go do it.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, Gracie!
Here we go. Round 10. Vixens sitting outside the top 4. New South Wales Swifts, top of the ladder.
Quick centre pass.
Lightning speed from the Vixens to get started.
I think she should stay hands on her. Shans! Stay hands!
Stand up, push up.
Big hands! Big hands! Hands!
Lambden, of course, Lambden, former Melbourne Vixens player.
Bad luck.
Unlucky, Sharni.
Good hands.
Austin with the deflection.
And another.
Work together! Work together!
Lambden and Austin both looking at the umpire, wanting the contact call. The Swifts play on with it. Helen can get in there. We know she can. Joe Weston! Sorry to interrupt you. That was too good.
First super shot by Austin.
And the crowd loving it. The Flames fire off.
Hands! 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 Big hands!
Maloney hesitates. Lets the defenders have another look.
Shan, can you start all the way in front of her? Start in front of her. Make her change her angle. Just try to sit in front, take the pressure away from the umpire, 50-50.
Lambden back to Turner. The pressure. Maloney flies. Housby has to go back out.
Yes! That's the one, Helen!
Things seem to be falling into place for the Vixens. Wow. The Vixens take their lead out to 9 going into this halftime break.
Take the drives on. Take the hits. Man up. Right? Every team is coming at you. We're sitting at that top for a reason, but do not take the handbrake off now. I will not let you take the handbrake off right now. Yeah?
Yeah.
Get rid of your pity party. I don't care. If you haven't got a ball back yet, big deal. We still have 30 minutes to make a difference in this game. Do we not?
Yeah.
No, that's not good enough. Do we not?
Yeah.
Start talking the talk. Grace, I want to hear your voice. Sharni, I want to hear your voice. All right, so get up, get rid of this, oh, we're down. When we go back out there, we're the team coming first. Right, teams are going to come at you. That's what happens in netball. Right, so let's make a decision in the red dress and go and fight.
Let's go.
Let's go, guys. Show me that you want this game. Let's go.
Early prep! Who's driving, Sean? Go! Yeah, nice, Grace!
And White says the same thing to Grace Recchi. We put you in position.
Hands!
Lambden. 2 hands to White. White can look in. Wecky's got the space. The crowd here don't like it.
Sean, pick one up. Let's go. Move around, Sean.
Into the pocket, Lambden is going to make you work hard if you're going to put the ball in that space. Of course, Lambden playing a few games in wing defence for the Melbourne Vixens last year. She is relentless in her pressure on the mid-quarters for the Vixens. Wecky, the roll around comes. There's 2 defenders on it, but there's nothing the Vixens can do about that feed. Perfect timing, perfect shot. Helen Housby, give me the ball. Feel the energy in the stadium start to change. Here we go again, Helen Housby. Oh, she nails it. Austin, they settle for 1, the Vixens. Their lead out by 4. That's only 2 super shots from Helen Housby though.
Don't worry, she says.
Sophie Fawns for 2. In the hands of Helen Housby, the rebound. Oh no, it's taken back. A brilliant final quarter from the Swifts, but what a game from the Melbourne Vixens. That is 4 wins in a row for the Vixens, 6 for the season, and they now step into that 4th position on the ladder.
We fought back, right? Yeah. What was the lesson in that last 30 seconds? We only needed a 1-pointer because it was their centre pass. But I love it. We fought back. We lost by 2, right? That gives me encouragement moving forward for what we've got in the next few weeks. Yeah? Right, let's warm down. Hands in. Oh, it's a Swift. Good tackle.
Yeah, I think a bit of a slow start. I think I was a little bit nervous coming into it, especially coming back home and yes, knowing that friends and family were there, but yeah, just wanting to do well. But I think, yeah, a bit of a slow start, and I think towards that second half they really built into it and had some impact.
I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming.
Super special. I think I got quite emotional at the end there, which I'm gonna cry. Yeah, especially seeing all my friends that I haven't seen for ages, and seeing my family in the crowd as well. Super special. Made my debut here, so yeah, absolutely love playing at these courts and knowing all those people in the stands were there cheering me on. My support network was there, really pushed me through, and they've seen the ups and downs of my journey, so I'm very grateful for them to be here. Yeah, my number 1, yeah, Maxie. Yeah, I'm going to see him after, which will be nice. It's been a while since I've seen him, so can't wait to give him a big cuddle. I know that he wishes he was here. Apparently they had it all on the big screen at Fiery, so everyone was watching. Yeah, he's just an absolute legend. I'm so grateful to have him in my life.